Hello and welcome to the Cowboy for Game Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. I'm your host Jake. Today I'm joined by Kurt.
Hi.
And Ben.
Hello.
How was our week in Yu-Gi-Oh? Let's start with Kurt.
Didn't end up going in today, but I went in on Tuesday. Won my round one, which was against... Who did I versus?
Wasn't me.
No.
It was me.
It was Ben.
'Cause we played round one like the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, and a good game one, I'd say.
Yeah.
Back and forth. Then Lancia happened and you bricked in game two, I think.
No, a game. There was one game where you hit me with a hand trap, and I ended on like a kind of fine board, and then just misplayed. I kind of let you work. I let him just do his cards,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden the card I wanted to negate on the previous chain was on the board, and I was like, "Fuck!"
How did this bitch get here?
Yeah, because I had to activate a card on the prior chain to then be able to negate that card when it was summoned. So I was like, It would appear that I have said yes to too many things that I did not know were happening. Anyway.
Yep. Went into round two. I ended up losing to Cash, and then round three lost to Memento. Memento's good. It's a
Memento scary.
yeah. When the person knows what they and I don't.
Yeah, boo to people knowing what they're doing.
Yeah.
Assholes.
Yeah, my week wasn't that very. Yeah.
I continued my streak of coming X1 at locals and not finishing top 3, so just like not getting any additional prize support.
Woo!
It's starting to really annoy me. So like the amount of times I'm like, well, maybe I'll pick up the second or like the third place like prizing, so like effectively draw credit, which would be really good so that I could stash it for Yummy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just sitting here and at the end I'm like, cool, 4th again for another locals. Awesome. I really would like that store credit to be racking up in my account, but no, I just keep racking up 4ths going X1. It's been great. That was so much Tuesday. Yeah, I went X1. Price. Already spoiled it for the people ahead of time when I said I was annoyed about going X1. Couldn't tell you much about my Tuesday night. It was pretty unmemorable. Apart from like round one against Kurt, the rest of it was just kind of like my deck doing what my deck does, and me just being like, yeah, okay, my deck did it, yay. Woo.
You versus Seb, didn't you?
Yeah, versus Seb who's playing Cardi in FTK, and I was like, well, here's a Perulia. And then he was like, yeah, cool, I summon a lot from the hand, and I was like, yep. Game 2, here's my Perulia. You're not getting FTK'd when you Perulia your opponent to win a beer. Yeah, then like round 3, I think I played against. What did I play against round 3? I don't remember. But I remember it not being very fair. I remember me opening very well and being like, well, I feel bad now.
Yeah, that's happening a lot now with some of the newer players and younger players that we have. Is just like
I'm really happy we're having a huge influx of people at locals.
Yeah, like that's the positive. We're getting really good turnouts at locals. The downside of it is that you do eventually have to beat up on the new and or young.
Yeah. It's just fine. But there's times when I'm like, kind of feel. But yeah, that's that. My gen today, I went to OTS champs. Was on a timer because I wanted to leave to go and do like the Machamp Dynamax day, and I was like, I'll just keep playing till I lose. That was quick. It was round 1.
It's actually Gigantamax.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, like game 1 against Luke. So I paired Luke. Game 1 against Luke. He should have won game 1. So he fooed me. And then I played the conservative line around the Fua. And he just didn't ash me. And I was like, Fua ash just ends my day. But he held the ash for his turn. So like, because he was like, oh, well, I ash the trap. So like, stop the banish.
Yep.
Except I ashed him on his like 1 card starter. And he was like, well, fuck, I've got to call by the ash. And I was like, sick. You just turned on 3 interruptions. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I have learned just ash the White Binder.
White Binder coming back, yeah. I actually had gotten greedy as well. So like, I didn't need to banish the White Binder.
Oh, okay.
I'd summoned the White Binder, set the MPT 07 from deck, and was literally just sitting there like, well, he hasn't ashed me yet. So I'm just going to banish the White Binder to get the draw. Like, if he'd ashed the White Binder at that point, I was done. Like, I was completely cooked. I was going to go into an SP, give him another draw, and then my day was done. Instead, no, here we are. Sick. Awesome. Then game 2, he Lanciered me after going first. And I was like, sick. Like I had a good disruption. I then got Lanciered and was like, as long as the back row isn't a solemn, I'm Gucci. Normal summon solemn. Like, sick. Awesome. The 3 extenders I have in my hand now that would have worked under Lanciered because I'd hard drawn the backup and hard drawn the wizard. So I was like, oh, I'm Gucci here. As long as this isn't hard removal it was. I was like, imperm, no stress. Yeah. Then game 3, we're going into a lot of detail about one match, by the way.
Yeah.
Just wanna...
Well, you didn't remember anything about Tuesday, which is very typical of you,
Yeah.
but you're remembering today with very fine detail.
Yeah, like game 3, then I brick again. Like I brick pretty hard. I'm like TB11, strike, droll, backup Adignester. And I'm like, you're playing Heraldic Raziel. I know this droll is going to end your day. Like this droll is going to fuck you. So I was like,
Foreshadowing.
yes. I was like, I can normal the droll. I got Lanciered as well. I got Lanciered.
Ah, okay.
Game 3 as well, I got Lanciered. I was like, I can normal the droll, do the regular combo, like end on the playthrough Lanciered line. Or I can normal the backup, add a starter for next turn, discard the TB11, because I was like, the monster I'm summoning off the TB11 isn't going to be live. So I was like, I can add Dormouse, banish TB11, or discard TB11, set the strikes, have the droll. Next turn I can just normal summon TB11. I'm Gucci.
Yeah.
Perfectly
Awesome.
fine. Except he drew the cross out for the droll. So I was like, okay, cool. I took the 7% chance that you would have. I took the 93% chance that he wouldn't have the cross out. And I was like, droll 2 strikes ends your day. No.
I hate how cross out and shifter call by. all at
I'm fine
once.
with shifter.
Like it's still
his
just luck sucky.
But shifter, like, it's now more of a chance it's gonna fuck you
Yeah,
than it's gonna help
That
you.
is true.
Is like they can draw at turn 3. Brag's checking out the camera. We rolled. How much time? It said we should have a timer in the bottom corner. Oh, we got plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time to sit through my round 1. So then I was like, well, now I've got an hour to kill. I'll play round 2 and then I'll leave. And then I got the buy. So I was like, bye. See you later.
Time to get my champs.
17 players today though for OTS champs.
Yeah,
Like,
that was one of the bigger ones we've had.
not gonna knock the turnout.
Not to mention, like, several players just didn't participate because they didn't feel the need.
Yeah,
So,
we-
like, it
we probably-
potentially would have been a 20, 22 person.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of people show up. My bad. Yeah, not gonna knock the attendance. Was pretty happy with that. Bit disappointed we didn't get a. You know how normally we get the secondary mat?
Oh, we didn't.
We didn't get the secondary mat.
Oh,
Of course.
That's
I'm
why I
not-
didn't get anything.
Yeah, we only got the champion mat. So curious if the secondary mats exist.
Dragon Ruler one?
Yeah.
Okay. So
It might be one of those ones that turns up like 3 months down the track.
Could be. Look, the really disappointing thing here is like, I really like that Dragon Ruler mat, and I probably would have bought the secondary mat off whoever got it. The problem here is that we don't have any regionals between now and the end of this set release, so that mat is the regional version of that mat is never going to release in Australia.
No.
Like, it will never release here. So, fun. We need more regionals in this country.
We do. We do.
I miss the pre-COVID days when we had a regional event, but that'll be a different discussion on the podcast because that's going to be a fucking half an hour chat about playing on the floor at Chatswood.
Oh, God. So my week. So still on Fiendsmith Unchained. I do have the second backup Ignister and I pulled another March Hare. So I can contemplate now actually playing the deck that I may play for Oceanics. Caveat to that, I may end up playing Orcust and just say fuck it.
I'm going to say you will have another set release between now and
does the
it's
August
just
stuff
that
come
set
out?
releases the day before.
Yeah, it comes out.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait,
It's
no.
the
We have
week
like
before.
no, we have like 2 weeks on that set. It's the next main set is the day before.
Yeah.
Good thing there's nothing good in that set. Imagine if that set had a meta deck day before Oceans.
Yeah, thankfully, it's garbage.
So it's out here pointing at me like his Lunar Lights aren't going to be commons. Like,
It is going to be meta though. You said having a meta deck. It will be meta.
difference between having a bunch of commons and maybe
Are you
some
going to
supers.
play it?
Yeah, I have a feeling I am.
Oh my.
Remember, States was just luck. what he said to me this morning. He was like, States was just luck. Maybe I should change my deck. And I was like, buddy,
The fuck is wrong
I
with
think
you?
you're overthinking this.
Well, ever since I've gone from States, I've been luck sacked to hell.
That shit happens, bro.
Eh.
He
Hey,
loses to one DDG and he's like, DDG.
Making fun of me now.
So, my week, yeah. So, still on Feed Smith Unchained. May move over to Malice once I have it. May end up not playing Malice for Oceanics, which would be hilarious. Tuesday went fine. I think I went X1. I think.
Just make sure you make your decision like 2 weeks out so you can at least sell your mouth stuff.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if I want to sell my Malice stuff.
Okay, that's fine.
Malice is fun.
Whatever you want.
Wants to make Orcus Malice.
I probably do.
But you can't make a funny name out of that.
Horus Orcus Malice.
Harris?
Harris.
He's going to play Harris.
Anyway, so I also went to the OTS store champs today. My round one was against Mitsu Rai. I clapped Mitsurugi Raziel. You seemed confused.
Yeah, because he's wondering how you won.
Has it?
One of the guys from
Yeah, it's one of the guys that
Oh,
came in
okay.
from Moscow.
the guy that played at YCS.
So game one, I got to set up. I basically, at every opportunity, stopped him from ever having two monsters on the board. So that was that.
Very fair.
Game two, he went first. He went to do the ritual to. No, hang on. I think he opened kind of bad. So he like normal summoned to add a spell. He got drolled on that. Set up the ritual, set 2 back row, and pass a turn. I lightning storm the monsters. He's like, okay, activate the ritual to make you discard or it's negated. I discard Luri, and then just proceeded to punch really hard. Game 2 was against pure Mitsurugi / Reptile Pile. That was a tricky match. So a lot of cards I haven't interacted with for a long time. He had every form of dodge that deck could possibly have for targeted disruption. Anytime I went to like target something to negate it or to link with it or to destroy it, some quick play spell was played, which got it off the board.
All of a sudden, the charger came around the corner and you were like, damn.
I don't understand what that means.
Car reference, Jake. I thought you'd get that. He said he had every form of dodge.
Sure.
Kurt got it on turn one. You
It's
just
coming.
use your hands, buddy.
He's eating his microphone.
Just use your hands.
But yeah, that was a tricky matchup because
Get it back.
he was just like dodging every every attempt that I had at disruption. So that was a thing. Eventually grinded it out just because the Fiendsmith plus like the Sulking Yama in graveyard kept me in play quite a bit.
Just before we continue, you can probably just put your little corner piece in place.
Son,
There we go.
fixed it. Thanks to
Round 3 was against Harry. He was on Odeon Fiendsmith. Just that deck outgrinds most decks in the game because like it recycles as part of its effects. It has like multiple negation points and like any effect that I wanted to resolve needed to resolve on the board because of the hands that I drew. Like I didn't draw enough of the destruction stuff. Oh, that's probably another point as well. I saw a list top like a top 16 in a regional and I'd edited the deck to play more to that style, so I'd taken out a few more of the traps so I had less targets.
Yep.
And that definitely became a sticking point in some plays today because I just ran out of back row to do stuff with.
Still the reason why at locals I play all 3 Malice traps.
Yeah,
It's just trying to make the deck as consistent as possible.
like I still had all the targets, but like after the first round, like maybe by turn 3, I had nothing left in deck. So then I was like completely reliant on being able to add back the Sarama to then pop stuff and do stuff. So that was annoying. Blood Bless you. So Harry ended up winning that one. And then my last game was against the Memento guy.
Doing pretty well with that deck.
Yeah.
Next one at this point.
Game one, I'd set up most things. And again, I was just trying to keep him off the fusion. And I also remembered that he had Super Poly in his deck either earlier in the week or the week before. So I made the board in such a way that there wasn't a Super Poly target on the board. I also happened to open the Fiendsmith in Paradise with the Lacrima on the board, or the Desiree on the board. So at any point, I just had like shotgun wipe the board.
Okay,
So that was fun.
I've been so annoyed with you knowing that I have Super on deck and physically not playing into it. I'm like,
Oh yeah, when you know that Super Poly is like a thing around, Unchained can play around it because like you've got 3 different attributes that you can play with. One of them's a non-target destroy, one of them's a non-target destroy of back row. So you can just like weave around that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think that was our game on Tuesday, wasn't it?
yeah.
I was just continually dancing around the Super Poly that I was, because I'd wirelessed you and you just set up double Horus, set like 2 back row pass.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, one of those is Super Poly. Almost definitely one of those is Super Poly. Oh, and then you played into tactics as well. So that was fun.
Yeah.
Because I linked off your Horus and you drew cards, and then I got to tract and talents and all that thing, all the fun stuff.
The fun stuff.
But yeah, I ended up winning the last game up against Memento today because he drew awful. I for wirelessed him in draw phase because he was going first. He just set 3 back row and passed. I tried to normal summon a Lacrima because my hand was also garbage. It got solemn warninged. So half life points, goodbye.
Judgment?
Solemn judgment.
I was like, warning's interesting.
So yeah, that got judgmented. I set a back row and passed. He set another back row, attempted to pass. The back row I set was the Unchained Summon card. So I summoned the Abominable Chamber that I also opened, hence my hand being shite.
Yep.
Discarded the Luri to pop another card, Luri Trigger, and that was it. One of the other sets was also another Solemn.
Okay.
So he was very low on life points and couldn't activate it when there was a 3k body on field threatening game.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I ended up coming second today after all the resistances.
You know, Jay can just not make the final and come second.
That's resistance, isn't it?
I don't. I was having this conversation with Liam today. Like, I just don't think Konami even knows how their own resistance system works on that app.
No, honestly, might as well be a dice roll.
Because he was like, every week I sit down and I try to work out and see if I can pick who's going to have it ahead of time. And it just doesn't work.
I don't know. Is the resistance system what your wins and how they
I think it
went?
factors both. I think it factors your wins, their results, and your losses and their results.
Yes.
That's the only way their system can make sense.
I don't understand.
Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does. It is influenced by both the people you have won against and the people you have lost against. So if the people you've lost against do well, your resistance is better. But if the people you've won against do worse, it drags down your resistance.
Yeah, even if you lose to the winner, you're the best. You're not the best, but
Unless the 3 people you beat prior were dog shit.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's basically like a silent arbiter going, okay, so you lost to the winner. However, the 3 people you beat before this were fucking dog shit. So you get to come third.
Yeah, and
thing
then it
is,
cuts them with the plasma sword, and it's like, yeah, arbiter of shit.
How were your other 2 losses? Like the Mitsu Raziel and
Couldn't tell you.
okay, because that does factor because you did end up losing to Harry, right?
Yes, I lost
Who
to the
ended
winner.
up winning.
Who won?
But anyway,
Anyway, it didn't matter. I already had my invite and there was no pricing for second, so it literally matters not.
Yeah. Did you 2
that might have
OTS
been my
packs?
own.
I did get my 2 OTS packs. They were nearly identical, both of them dog shit.
Nice.
So yeah, and then in Master Duel, I've been playing the Dice Rally. As you may remember last week, I described it. It's very fun. I changed decks. I was playing Time Thief, but the fact that I kept getting a random monster put on my field every so often kind of fucked up the Time Thief dog who needs no other monsters on the board.
Did we ever get Jinzo?
I did get Jinzo once,
Did you
Uh, but that was while I was still playing Time Thief, so it was still a monster on my board. So I was like, "Can you please just fuck off?"
But if there's gonna come a point when me and Bragg are gonna start covering Rush Duel Links on here, because me and Bragg have been grinding Rush Duel Links all week.
Is there a set releasing?
Yeah, the new set release is fucking great.
This week, I
Ah.
will not be here.
Bum, 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 bum.
But yeah, I switched over to Mech Knights because that made it a lot easier, especially when like you got a random link 3. It counted the link monsters as having been summoned from the extra deck, so it made it a lot easier to make Avramax.
Yeah, fair. Very fair.
So that was fun. Yeah, so that's where that's all up to. But while we're on the topic of Master Duel, they did announce a ban list, and this one has some substance, which they haven't had for so long.
Wait, this one had substance?
You sure
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
Toad the 3?
Like some of it honestly does not matter, but it's important
I
that it's
do
happening.
like this ban list.
Yep. So limited, we have Bonfire and Sinful Spoils Snake Eye. The
For some
Snake
reason I
Eye
thought
one
we'd already talked
does
about this.
not matter. The Snake Eyes one does not matter. They play it at 1. No one's playing more than 1. It's literally irrelevant.
Yeah.
But the Bonfire one
Yeah.
is quite good.
I gotta be real, just thought it was already at 1.
Is that 2?
Okay.
So I went,
Slow drag down.
This is just a pre-hit for Raziel.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I don't know when that's coming in. I don't
It's
know
got
if
to
I
be
want
close.
it.
It's got to be close.
In a world where you're refusing to ban Snake Eyes, like you are just pre-fucking Raziel.
Good.
It's fine. They're gonna release it with like fucking Ice Raziel at 2.
Now the semi-limits. We have Maiden and Sage both being semi-limited. I can see the Sage being somewhat important because like you can do the double summon, double search kind of thing. Maiden as well to a point, I guess.
Yep.
But then Branded Fusion going back to 2 from 1.
Can't wait to see just fucking Brandon running around.
It already is. So many people just like refuse to stop playing Branded.
I just don't play Duel Links or Rush Duel, Master Duel. That's it. That one, the third option that's in my brain.
Now my favorite hits. Oh, hits?
Unlimited. We have Nibble Beaver, Sprite Blue, and Sprite Jet.
You know what Kurt's always said? Oh, sorry, there's one more.
And
What's
one
the
more.
Spaces here.
It's separating monster spells and traps. Yeah, it's confused me a few times as well.
Yeah.
But Nadir Servant also coming to 3.
It is so.
Fun fact, I thought that was at 3. And I played Dogmatica, so I should know better.
Very fair. Like, all I could think of was that famous line from Kurt when he once told me that 3 beavers is better than 2.
It
And then
is.
we high-fived. You had to be there. Big moment. Big moment.
Although Kurt was there and he's seemingly very confused. So this ban list is coming into effect as of the 31st, so this Sunday. So this will be the ban list that we be playing on more
so
than
far
likely.
ahead.
Because WCQ is coming up. Or, yeah, WCQ.
Yeah.
So what date do we
Oh,
have?
WCQ
So
and Rush Duel.
stage 1 starting from June 4th to June 16th. And stage 2 from June 13th through to June 16th.
Oh, so this isn't the world champion. It's just
No,
qualifying
it's just
for it.
it's qualifying through there. So
Okay.
it's effectively a Duelist Cup. They just haven't called it a Duelist Cup.
Sure.
I'm sure the like invite structure is different for this, but God knows what it is. But also releasing is more branded cards. Probably why they bumped it up to 2, to be honest.
What, you mean
Uh,
the alt arts?
Yes, the alt arts. So this new secret pack, the New Frontier, will include 4 fresh artworks for Albaz, Incredible Ecclesia, Aluba, and Blazing Cartesia.
All of them.
Yeah, all 4. I wonder if they'll release the one that was in the Book of White, the one that's much better in tier elements.
Super Mega Ultra Dragon.
Yeah, that one.
Maybe.
What did you just say?
Super Mega Ultra Dragon.
It's an Albaz fusion. It's called like Dogmatica Matrix, something or other, blah, blah, blah. And
Super
it
Mega
needs
Ultra Dragon.
Albaz and 6 monsters from the graveyard.
Okay.
Mega Ultra Dragon.
I'd like to see it. Don't know if we will.
Are we getting
so-
into our next? It's in the next main set
In
for
our
us.
next
It's
main
in
set.
Battle's Legend.
Oh,
Sure.
not so much for us, but
Oh, okay.
Master Duel.
I just thought you were maybe implying that, you know, it could be a
The thing is, they're going to release it in Super, and it's going to make me sad.
like in the TCG.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Where?
Ah, no, surely it's secret rare. It's in a
don't know if it will
secret
be.
super set.
Remember
Like,
when we were I was complaining
Oh
about
wait,
my
is it in
Centurion
the
being so
Battles of
Battles of Legend? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, they've got the space to do it as a good rarity in that. At least that's good. What are you whinging about?
You're whinging
Oh wait, no.
about
Oh
my
no.
whinging situation.
Oh.
And now you're going off of me.
No. It's just
I wanna
occurred
talk
to me.
about
Do you know
Rush
what they're going to do with it? They're going to make it the
One per block, one per
Magia
case?
1 per 3 cases, $15 billion. And
Oh, 100%.
it's going to bankrupt me.
you don't even summon it, Jake.
But
Not in
he
branded.
wants it.
Okay, Blue Eyes player.
Have you
You're
ever?
copying a Blue Eyes player?
Ah.
And they look at Magia and go, I want it. I want to summon it in my deck.
Next bit of news. So over the weekend, the second episode of the Sky Striker Chronicles released. Generous calling it an episode. It went for
Went for 3 minutes.
3
and
minutes.
It was really
It's right
positive
there.
for the LGBT community.
Who won?
They didn't win. They just made out at the end.
They didn't do that. So basically, it was the same episode, just from Rose's perspective.
That is so shit.
It was dog shit.
So there was a moment when, for some random ass fucking reason, all of Rose's clothes disappeared. And
Oh no,
I very
that
much-
was a thing.
I
I thought
was
you were
real-
being facetious
no,
again.
no, I was sitting there like, why does this need to be here? Like, this did not need to be here.
No,
We
it
know
was-
in canon it's like a 13-year-old.
Yeah, it was concerning.
Like,
It was like one of those mind trip things. So like she was in the battle robot, and then it's got her like caged in her mind, but clothed, and then the clothes go, and I'm like, I don't know if I can watch this in public.
yeah. It's like the end of 2001: A Space Odyssey, except you go to jail.
I might need to watch this just to see.
Kurt,
Not
Kurt.
not that, but I'm just saying this looks stupid.
It is fucking stupid.
I don't know where. Yeah, here we go. Starting on June, a total of 6 animated episodes themed after the story of White will be released. The volume of story contents and monsters being featured will greatly increase compared to the Sky Striker theme, making an even more impressive animation. Make sure
So
to watch it.
We're getting
So
White
basically, they're
Forest?
like, what? No. The story of White is Albaz.
Yeah.
I don't look at the lore.
I can't wait to find out what Fleur-de-Lis's genitals are.
Jesus Christ.
If this is anything to go by, I'm sure we're gonna get it covered.
Well, Fleur de Lis is always armored.
Exactly. Rose is always wearing clothes as well, but here we are.
The good thing is with this, I'm just ignoring it. The good thing with this is that they've highlighted the fact that people are dissatisfied with the content.
3 minutes long.
Yeah. Like it's at least good that they've acknowledged that, and they're like, okay, the next ones are going to be longer. Please enjoy.
Even the Sky Striker fans struggle. Yeah, even the Sky Striker fans struggle to run one out in 3 minutes. Like, like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done with making
I
fun
hope
of
so.
I'm done with making fun of this.
We had the TCG announcement for the Doom of Dimensions. Nothing really to bring up in this other than the person doing the copyright was like so horny for alliteration.
But do you want to sing the Doom song now? Doom, doom, doom,
Not really.
So,
doom,
to regale you,
doom,
dear duelists,
doom,
dare to
doom.
descend into different domains this fall with the Doom of Dimensions. September core booster set for the year.
You don't have to read the whole thing.
I'm just getting the first bit out to show people that alliteration is not the key to every sentence. Doom dawns for your opponent after every turn. Delve deep into dominating new cards to dish out defensive evasion and defeat all defenses. Why the fuck have they honed in so much on alliteration? It doesn't need to be that aggressive.
Doom, doom, doom,
Doom doom.
doom.
Further confirmation as well that we've got our
25
usual
fucking
rarities, 25 cards available.
As
Starlights.
usual rarities.
And
No,
Doom
Jake.
Rare?
So
We used to get 5 Starlights.
Doom rare.
So,
Oh, when are we getting Doom rares?
I don't know. Maybe in this set.
well, no, not in this set.
No,
it says it there.
Nah, you never know. There's one Doom rare.
There's
Yeah.
not though.
There could
It's
be
just not there.
One Doom
Speaking
rare.
of one rare though, they have sort of said
It says
in
right
this.
there, check back and updates for more data to be displayed. How many more Ds can we add? By adding Doom rares.
Doom rare.
No. So what I was going to say is that in this one they have not. Shut the fuck up! I swear to Christ. They've highlighted in this that there's not going to be an exclusive Starlight rare like there would be, or there will be rather, in Duelist Advance.
It's a Doom rare, Jake.
Shut the fuck up!
Don't pop your mic. Remember. You'll be
Then
careful.
stop making me angry.
Don't go line, Kurt.
And this one is releasing on the 24th of September.
Okay.
This
I
set
thought about
sucks.
What do you mean?
We've only literally just had DDDs announced, but sure. There'll be
Okay.
more Doom things.
What
Like,
if more Cristrons were in here?
what have we got? Doom Caliber Knight support.
Speaking of support, we have the Power of Fellow structure deck for the OCG. This is a synchro based structure deck following the protagonist Fudo Yusei.
I do
Isn't
really-
it the other way around?
You say Fudo, yes.
Technically, yes, which is the best kind of correct.
It is the best kind of correct.
So I do find it really fucking funny that like they haven't confirmed that we're getting like synchrons or this is going to be related to Yusei. It just says like Yusei. It doesn't
Yeah.
say fucking Yusei. So like people have started to buy out a bunch of like synchron stuff, and it's like we don't even know if it's what this deck does.
I don't think Synchron needs more stuff, to be honest. But it could just be like generic synchro stuff.
It does have so much shit.
Oh yeah. Well, that's just.
Like it has some really neat cards,
But that's the
and a
just.
bunch of dog shit.
That's the anime thing. They have to give them dog shit cards because in one episode someone played Deck Lockdown and he found a way to play around it because this dog shit fucking synchro thing.
I top decked Unlock Tuner.
You get to speak when we say. He's tried to speak like 5 times, and every time
I have a feeling that the cards in this structure deck will make. Say, I've seen.
you say anything about fucking Crystals, I swear to Christ.
I've seen synchro archetypes going down the line of synchro summoning off turn. A lot lately.
Yeah.
I reckon this.
It's almost like that's what they were intended to do in 2015. Let me introduce you to Formula Synchron, sir.
Yeah, I know, but like having better cards are more generic to do that.
Well, yeah, that was Halka Fibrax. Fun fact, Halka Fibrax summons a tuner from deck and then synchro summons with it.
Oh, there is one other thing that may have pointed people in the direction that it's Yusei Fudo directed. The deck contains 8 new cards, and 5 of those 8 are included in the Light of Gathering Stars pack.
What?
The name of the pack.
Ah,
Light of Gathering Stars.
Look, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, I mean, we say we'll see what happens. We're still waiting on the Makunko support to be announced for the Tri
Spoilers,
pack.
that's not the next news story we're covering, because the
No.
next news story we're covering is...
Drum roll.
White screen.
Oh,
I was just going to briefly bring up the lore book. So a bunch of these have
more
started to
about
be
lore than we do
released.
about Rushdals.
Yeah.
Well, talk about Rushdals, Ben. Tell us about Rushdals.
Oh, we got the new support for 7
That's super interesting. Anyway,
Yeah,
Lightless Shadow. So I was just bringing up the fact that they've brought out the lore.
Just bring up the fact that they gave a wider shot of Arbawaku ear ankle. Oh, look, you can see
we can
Lure
see
Queen's
this
ankles
guy.
as well.
Oh, that's a Lure Queen.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Also, the fact that
Gimmick.
she's not wearing underwear.
Gimmick puppet ankles. Oh, and calves. Look
and
at his calves.
And a window to look at his ass.
Yeah, why does his cape
I
split
don't know
down
why
the middle?
gimmick puppet has an ass window. It's for shitting. Even though he's a robot?
He's a puppet.
He's a machine, though.
He's a Gundam.
He also has,
He also has an ass window.
Just because you're a Chaos Xyz doesn't mean you don't need an ass window. Oh, little Voilos.
The people at home can't see.
Yeah, they haven't. You're going to have to.
You're going to have to get a
look up the
YG walk at
context of
this
this.
point and start scrolling. Just look at the arts.
Yeah. I can't remember why I was bringing up these, but yeah, there we go.
It was the
Oh.
it was the ass window.
The Bow Law.
I didn't like the Mermail one. I feel like they tried to backtrack a lot on stuff and retcon a heap of shit.
The Mermails and Atlanteans, same thing.
No, well, apparently the Atlanteans were evil and they took over the Mermails and made them fight on their behalf to attack the Fire King Island.
Sure.
Good. I hope Fire King won.
We all know, notably, as throughout history, that fire always defeats water.
Oh, just saying, Fire King won a YCS.
Yeah. Has Mermail? I can't remember. 2016 was a wild year.
We got some V-Jump promos this week as well. So we've got Dragonic Warrior, discard a card, special summon a level 4 or lower dragon monster from your hand or deck, but its effects are negated.
Sure.
Terrible, but not amazing. This guy,
What is
the
that?
Apparition.
It's a zombie.
If this card's in your graveyard, you can pay 1,000, then target one other zombie monster in your graveyard, special summon it
But it
and this
negates
card,
its
but its
effects.
effects are negated.
Oh, I know. It's just in
Um,
this card. This card's great. It's level 4. This is like.
Oh, no. So, yeah, their effects are
Their
negated and
effects are
banishment leaves the field.
negated.
Yeah.
The only thing is it's, except the turner was sent there. So it's just a little too slow.
Yeah, if that was the including that card's insane.
Then Einroyd, if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can send 2 level 4 or lower machine monsters from your deck to the graveyard.
Okay.
Yeah, that's August.
Restaurant.
It's a Roid card.
Oh, true. But
It's
how would
for
you destroy
roids.
it?
I'll figure a way. I'll figure.
Pop it with Dragonic Diagram. Then you can
Oh,
summon a
God.
Masterpiece at the end
You
of this
can-
combo.
You have that. You have Salvador target it, pop it. Special summon Salvador. Effect. Oop.
And then you-
Salvador to send to that to send to.
Then he tributes over his inclusion to summon his Masterpiece.
And then finally, we get some Dark Magician V-Jump support somewhat announced. It is the Dark Magical Amulet. It is a trap card, and we will know its effects as of June 7th.
When it goes to grave, it's going to destroy your board.
It's a trap card. It's too slow.
The artwork's quite nice, though. I mean, it's Dark Magician, and who knows? Like, Malice is a trap deck inherently, and they give it
There's-
things that let it do stuff
There
off
is
turn.
no
So
way they're going to give Dark Magician. You can activate this.
If you
If
control
you
Dark
control
Magician,
They
you
did the
can
same
activate
in
this card
Blue
from
Eyes.
hand.
they literally did that with Blue Eyes. They copy pasted the effect of Eternal Soul onto the light one, whatever the fuck that's
Yeah.
called, made it better,
Yeah,
and
but
then
that's copy and
said,
pasting
made
a
an,
Dark Magician
discard it, put it from anywhere. Except banished.
Yeah.
Wait, does it do banished?
I don't know.
We're back to whispers again.
Well, yeah, because I'm trying to control the volume around your microphone. Because we don't know how well it's coming out here.
That's true. We didn't do a check.
That's
before.
fine.
If it sounds bad again, sorry. And then
Blame Bragg, he bought the wrong mic.
yeah, true. And then I would move on to questions, but at last I read, we don't have any. Let me just double
Jake's gonna
check.
check. I do now at this point of the podcast want to bring up that I'm really disappointed in the people for not noticing the end of last week's podcast. It was quite controversial and we didn't have
Yeah.
any comments on it.
I didn't notice the end of last.
There was also a
Jake
comment.
also didn't see it.
Oh, see it? Oh, that's why I was listening to it in the car. Was it
Yeah,
a side
still.
thing
I
or?
had to show you. I showed you on like Friday night. I was like, can't believe you never noticed the end of the
No.
podcast.
Eh.
There's an Easter egg at the end of last week's podcast for those who watched the entire thing.
Go rewatch last week's podcast
You have to
after this
watch.
podcast.
No, that's on the audio, maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you
I
can
don't,
listen to it.
I don't do the audio.
You can hear it. I heard it when I was listening at work.
Yeah, you heard it when he was listening at work.
Oh wait, no, I do remember hearing something. I think I just can't remember what it is. I'm gonna have to refresh myself now.
No.
He's just lying now.
Exactly.
No, I do remember hearing something and thinking it was weird. I just kind of ignored it. But anyway,
Leave
yeah.
questions for next week down below.
Yeah.
There was definitely a comment on the YouTube channel. It popped up while I was playing today at OTS Champs. Didn't read it. It said, "You guys acting like Dragon Maid," and then stopped there. It could
No,
be
that
bad.
was the end of the comment.
It could be bad. It could be good.
Acting like Dragon Maid.
Yeah, I assumed it was going to go into a thing and being like, "You guys acting like Dragon Maid's like dog shit," or "You guys are acting like Dragon Maid's going to be great." I feel like I've been pretty doom and gloom about Dragon Maid lately, so it's probably going to be that I'm acting
I'm
like
sorry.
it's bad, but it's great.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, lately. You've been down on it since you tried it for the.
Yeah, it's dog shit.
Yeah, it was
It's actually really good against Malice.
well, yeah, because they can't stick
It just
two
removes
summons.
the normal summon. Well, now you got March Hair. It makes it much easier.
So
Because you can just March
Dragon
Hair the card
Maid's
out of hand.
yeah, because now Dragon Maid's back to being dog shit.
Yeah, it's back to being dog shit.
Yeah,
If you normal summon Dormouse, you can just bounce the Dormouse before it activates.
Yep.
And then good luck getting the Dormouse back.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out.
You have to March Hare it.
Just bouncing is probably a better interrupt.
Yeah, bouncing is really good interruption for Malice. Just if you can remove that normal summon, go on. They have to then have the March Hare, you banish out from hand, and then you when they summon back the Dormouse again after banishing it, you just bounce it again. You go H Seal.
And there's also a negate on the board during all of this, by the way.
Yeah.
New Dragon Maid support. We're like 2 weeks away from it. Will
Is
it
that
be
how
good?
close August is?
It's going to be
We're
close.
We're 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Gotta
Okay.
be close.
Someone buy my Fenrir. I need to sell my Fenris.
But that does conclude us for this week. Thank you all very much for listening and watching. If you are watching along, feel free to like and subscribe. If you are listening, feel free to favorite, jump into a Discord, ask us some questions, and we'll catch you all next week. Peace.
Goodbye.